Yeah, I swear my hair looks good today. I had it down and then I just threw this clip in, so let me just put it down and show off my silver locks. My silver curls, whatever. Okay, I'll stick this up here and I'll get started on my Superstar Shawl, 6-day Superstar Shawl. There it is. It's getting pretty big. Um, it's getting pretty big. It's really coming together. So I am at the end of the third repeat for it, and this one up here has 5 pattern repeats. Plus, I believe I ended on row 7, so I think the repeat ends on 3, so I probably did like 4, 5, 6, 7. I did like 4 extra rows. So that's that. Yeah, so we'll see how far I go. It is, you know, star shaped. You start in the middle and then it just keeps getting bigger. So the further out I go, the longer it takes to complete a row. So last time I did not even complete a full repeat. I still had 2 rounds to go. 2 rows. I thought I only had 1, but I have 2. Oh no. A little snaggy nail. My nails are very brittle. My thyroid got out of whack again this summer, and so my nails have been really bad. A couple of months ago, you know, I like to wear acrylic, you know, fake acrylic nails, and they came off. And usually, I mean, a couple of them came off like right after I had them done. And usually when that happens, it's because my nails are really thin and weak underneath. So I thought, oh, it's just time to gonna have to let them grow out before I can get new ones put on. And so I've been like waiting to do that. And also my toenails, you know, are brittle and also break all the time. And I was just about ready to go get a manicure and a pedicure, and the other night I stubbed my toe and I broke my big toenail. Like, it's like halfway back on it. They break back so far. So thank you. So yeah, I'm still waiting to go for my mani-pedi, but I'm ready. All right, let's get going on this shawl. Swap with the camera. Yes, we're all set. You hear that sound? If you hear that sound hitting my microphone, that is the sound of the ocean breeze. I have my window open over here. It's gorgeous out. It was raining earlier, and if it starts raining, I'm gonna have to get up and close all my windows, but I love having the windows open. So I'm sitting here with no AC on and the windows open, and it's amazing. Okay, I'm doing the Superstar Shawl. Let me just bring that up and let's see, I'm on row 2. So chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't stay on too long today because I have another meeting to get to, but I thought I would come on a little bit earlier. I know I'll probably hit some different people, different time zones. So yeah, let's see who's around. Hi Lorraine, hi Leanne. Leanne is saying good morning. Leanne, you'll have to remind me where you are. 1, 2, 3, skip 3, DC 3 together. This is my third repeat. Third of 5. and then skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next, all the way to the peak. You're in Australia. So you must be on the Sydney side of Australia. I'm guessing 'cause it's a little later there than, I know where Courtney is in Perth, so she's like 12 hours opposite from me. Leanne, was it you that was talking about the conference the other day that's in Sydney? Three, 3, 3 in the peak. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Guess I better get a passport. So my last double crochet is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 from the center. One, 2, 3, 4. How are you today? What are you working on? Thank you. It's very kind of you to say. I'm wearing lipstick and I washed my hair. Took a shower. This row is all skip 2, 2 double crochet. I mean 3 double crochet. Oh my goodness. This is the mindless part. Double crochet 3 together in the center with a skip 4 on either side. Oops. Oh, thank you from the Ukraine. Is it Lisa? Elisa? Lisa? I'm just taking a guess based on the characters and what they look like. I'm probably way off. Risa, maybe? Hey, Australia. This is the yarn that I'm using. It's Mandala Bonus Bundle. It's from lionbrand.com. And then the name of the color is Liza. Okay, I was close. This is the color. Babar, B-A-B-A-R. I'm about halfway done. There's the completed shawl back there. Welcome, Liza, from the Ukraine. How are you? I sincerely hope you are well and safe. I went out on a beach walk right before I came on this call, and it's very breezy at the beach, but it's warm. But the red flags were up today because the seas are really rough, really rough. Not only could you not swim, but I was actually worried about the water coming up. It was coming up really far. So Facebook user, you have to excuse me because it doesn't tell me your name if you're in one of the groups. So I'm not sure who I'm talking to, but let's see. Question is, how many skeins do you use of that yarn, and how do you start the next one so it looks great? So for the Superstar Shawl, you only need one bonus bundle. You only need one for the size that I did back there. And it's 5 repeats plus a little more. It has a very simple border, so that's why. And the points on this shawl just don't get that big. So it's a little smaller than the others. All 3 of the shawls, these star blanket shawls, all have the same number of repeats, believe it or not. It's just this one looks smaller because the points are smaller, and it only takes one of the bonus bundles, so they're about 1,200 yards. But if you were to use the bonus bundle for one of the other 2, you would need 2 of them. And the way that I start it so that it looks good is I just treat it like a new join. And when I use this type of yarn, mandala yarn, for the star blankets and the Star Shawl, I like to alternate the starting end so that the colors, the order of the colors reverse. So I started this cake from the inside, and then the next one I'll start from the outside, so that it'll go from the outside color back in. I think that is a really great effect for the supernova. For whatever reason, it just like makes the colors look like they're exploding. But I think what you really want to know is about this color changing yarn, how it is, whether to, how to control the colors. And sometimes I control the colors and other times I do not. If a color change is really obvious and it's a high contrast color change, I will cut the yarn and join it like a new, get it come out just a little bit. I'll join it I'll join it at the end if it's really high contrast. If it's not high contrast, I just leave it. And on this particular project, I have had 4 color changes so far. 2 of them I cut so that the colors started at the beginning, and 2 of them I did not cut, so I just let them flow. So here's the 2 that I just let it change whenever it wanted to change. The other 2 were really obvious, like it was the change from this to this, and it landed right in the middle of the project, and it was going to be really obvious. So I just unwound, this much of this color until I got to the beginning of the row, and then I just let it change I changed it at the end of the row. Hi, Deborah from Alaska. This is the Lion Brands bonus bundle, and the name of the color is Babar, B-A-B-A-R. Thank you, Liza. Glad you're doing well. Yeah, I like cake yarn, and I used to be one of those diehard, like, why would you cut the yarn? What's the point in having yarn, cake yarn, if you're gonna just kind of cut the yarn? But yeah, the point is sometimes it sticks out and then it detracts from the beauty of the project. So if I feel like that's gonna happen and it's gonna bother me, then I just cut it out. I unwind to the beginning of the row, and I add it in at the beginning of the row. That's all. Crochet is meant to be fun and enjoyable, and I don't like to follow the rules. I'm creative. I do what I want. I do what makes me happy. It's my yarn. Sometimes I cut it up. We have I'm working on a project for a future pattern release, and I've taken it apart a couple of times because I didn't like all the colors that came in the yarn. So I cut them apart. And I took the ones I liked and I combined them with others that had colors that I also liked. And that was it. That's how I did it. Whoops. Whoops. Have you decided what you're going to do, Deborah, the star blanket or the regular kid blanket? And have you done either before? Well, let me keep an eye on TikTok. Oh, thank you, Anna. Hey, Cacao, yes. I would recommend the Star Shawl or the Star Blanket for a beginner crocheter. The 6-day kit blanket has some tricky spots in the beginning, but all you need to know how to do to crochet a 6-day kit blanket or a 6-day star blanket is you need to know how to chain, you need to know how to single crochet, you need to know how to double crochet, and you need to know how to do a double crochet 3 together. But if you can do a double crochet, you can do a double crochet 3 together. And you have to be willing to do a little bit of pattern reading, which I help you with my videos. So you definitely can do it even if you don't know how to read a pattern. Always get my written patterns anyways, because that's where all the information is. And sometimes on videos I don't say everything that needs to be said, and I don't give all the options on the video. The videos are more like someone to kind of walk, like crochet along with you. Some people don't like my videos because they're not really tutorial quality, but I don't care. I do what I want. So yeah, I would say go for it. I think a lot of people, when the Star Blanket, Sissy Hankshaw's Star Blanket video went viral early this year, I think a lot of people learned how to crochet just so they could make the Star Blanket. So I think it's a great beginner project. And I'm always here on TikTok to help you. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I have a whole community on Facebook just devoted to the 6-day kid blanket, 6-day star blanket projects. There's over 20,000 people in there making 6-day projects. And I have people in there from all over the world that can help you with your questions if I'm sleeping or not, available to answer right away. There's lots of people in there to help. So that's available to you. So we can always help you. Can always help you out. Oh no, Queen Elizabeth died. Oh, I'm so sad to hear that. Deborah says she finished her first kid's blanket for her grandson. She's trying to find the patterns. You've been rearranging your room. Well, if you purchase patterns from me and you can't find them, just let me know. I'll resend the links. Oh, Leanne, you're taking your kid blanket to a retreat. I love that. I need to have a 6-day kid blanket retreat. We could have a 6-day retreat. We do a week-long retreat. The first day could be, now here I am with my ideas. I need to stop. Hi, Kathy. Let me see. Do I have I'm sorry, because I know this sound bothers people sometimes, but I have to get this. I got a snagger. My nails are really bad. Oh, Cindy, thank you so much for saying that. I am a really sensitive person, and I 99.9% of people in the crochet community are wonderful and kind and encouraging and uplifting. and just lovely. And then there's the 0.01%, just that one negative comment, you know, it just takes me out sometimes. And yeah, like I was going to, I think I've told this story before on here, but I was in January, I had surgery. I was sitting in the hospital prepped for surgery with nothing but my hospital gown and my phone to scroll through while I was waiting for them to come get me. And somebody made a really negative comment on one of my YouTube videos and said, you know, basically, you're terrible at this. You should stop. And I felt so bad about that. But, you know, I had so many surgeries in 2020, and I learned from those experiences, like the surgeries that I went into, feeling good, staying positive, I recovered quickly. When I went into surgery and I was feeling upset, feeling bad, you know, whatever, I had a more difficult time during and after surgery, during recovery, all the things. So when I read that YouTube comment, I was about to be wheeled in for surgery. I was like, okay, listen, I can't let this get to me right now. I'm gonna set it aside. But you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe I just shouldn't do these videos anymore. And because they don't, you know, people don't like them. And then while I was in surgery, Sissy posted that video. Her real name is Rain. Rain posted that to TikTok of a 6-day kid blanket that she made, and it went viral. It had like hundreds of thousands of views in the first, I don't know, day or a couple of hours or whatever. And then by the time I got out of surgery and I was like sitting there recovering, they asked me what my pain level was, and I said 7. So they gave me like a good, healthy dose of pain medication, and I was just a little bit out of it, just a little. And great, Deborah. Awesome star blanket. I hear you. So yeah, I was, you know, like there in the hospital, and my phone was going off, and you know, and I was like, what's happening? You know, they're like, ma'am, your phone's going off. And I look on YouTube, and it's like, oh, hey, we're here from TikTok. And I didn't know what was going on. But just to make the story a little shorter, I had videos of the star blankets up there where I was just kind of like crocheting along like I'm doing now. And somebody said, this is really great. This makes me feel like I'm crocheting along with somebody. And you know, I have like my little community. And that's when I went, you know what? This is kind of cool, because somebody could sit and crochet the whole thing along with me, or work on something else, or do whatever they want. And you know, it's not bad, it's not wrong, it's just different. It's just different. And some people like it, and some people don't. And that's okay. But I appreciate you. I appreciate your kind words, Cindy. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. I want to give the people what they want too, you know, because I would not be here on YouTube crocheting right now if it weren't for so many people being interested in making the 6-day kid blanket for so many years. It's quite a fun little pattern, and we still have not discovered all the different things that can be done with it. $5:16. Okay, I got to keep an eye on the time because I have somewhere else I have to be at 6. Aw. It's so nice to meet you, Leanne, and thank you for speaking up for me. It's really, really kind of you. I have a lot of followers in Australia, and at least half of my moderators for the 6 day Kid Blanket group are from Australia. And Courtney, my little, I should not call her little, my collaborator. I think I call her that because she's the same age as my daughter. She's my crochet daughter, uh, my business partner in collaborator. She is from Australia also, so I have, for years been saying I'm gonna go to Australia and meet all these friends, in person someday. And then, of course, 2020 and pandemic, it just didn't happen. So remind me your email address. It's bettymcnitt@gmail.com. Okay, so when you're coming down to the end, I think it's the third one from the end. Let me just check the pattern. The third single crochet from the end is the where you're going to put the third 1, 2, 3. That's going to be where you put your double crochet 3 together. Think of yours. Oh, thank you. You are so kind. Thank you for joining. Yes, I was just working on the self-care, the support group. I want to do a regular support group with regular meetings, 2 meetings a month, and lessons, somatics and energy work and all the things we talked about during the self-care crochet along, and have like a regular support group. Just was working on that today, just the logistics of it, but I'll probably do another 6-day free event like I did. I've done a couple of them. People really seem to enjoy them, but I'll do another one soon. I am on row 3 now, and this is going to be the last one in this repeat, and I get to move up a marker. Oh, it's supposed to be chain 4. All right, I should pay attention. Pay attention, Beth. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip the space between the turning chain and the 3 DC3 together. That's the space right here. We're going to skip it. Double crochet 3 together in the next space. Let me get my Yeti. Is it weird to have OBX souvenir stuff when I live here? It probably is, but I don't care. 3 double crochet in each space to the peak, and then 3, 3, 3 in the peak. Let me see if I can get this done. Let me see. It's 5:20. I'm gonna kick it up into, put it in high gear, speed gear here, and see if I can get this row done before I have to go to my meeting. Now you want to do a long color change shawl. The other shawl pattern I have, it's not a 6-day, but it's the Half Moon Goddess. I think I'm going to because I sold that pattern as a premium pattern, and I think I'm going to make it a free pattern. And then that way I can do it on a video, on a live video. And because people had a hard time, I had a difficult time writing it, and people had a hard time understanding what I wrote because of how I wrote it. And then I made some updates to it that I think made it easier. But I designed the Half Moon Goddess shawlette to use one of those Shapia swirls that has the graduated color. It is perfect one whirl project. They should sponsor me. So should Lion Brand. I design everything on their yarn. Everything. Well, I guess not everything, because I did the Half Moon Goddess on Shapia's. Okay, when you get to the valley on this shawl, you do a DC3 together before and after the one in the row below. So I don't know if I was talking about, is anyone doing sourdough bread? Does anyone make sourdough bread on this call? I started making sourdough bread. My friend Sarah, I went to stay with her, and they do sourdough at her house, and they have this really beautiful cast iron enamel pot that they cook it in, Dutch oven pot. And you know, I live in a beach house, used to be a beach rental, so some of the pots and pans here are not like the highest quality, and I had gotten rid of mine all before I moved here because I knew I'd have a full set of pots and pans. Well, then I got here and I don't like them, so I'm like, I need a new Dutch oven. I'm going to get a nice one like Sarah's, and I'm going to do the artisan bread like she does the sourdough bread. So I bought the pot, and it had a chip in the handle, and I ordered it when I was at her house, and I called the company, and they sent me a new one. So now I have two. I have one chipped and one perfect. So I'm gonna just like save the perfect one, I guess, for when I need two. But yeah, then I had to get my sourdough starter going, and it was taking forever to get going. I was having kind of a hard time, and then my friend said her little girl, who's 4, likes to get starters going, and she was like, anytime she starts one, it bubbles. She's magical. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna name my starter after her because mine's not doing nothing. So I named mine after her, and then wouldn't you know, the next day it bubbled. My starter's ready. So I made some bread with that first starter. It was a little flat. It wasn't super awesome, but I ate it. It tasted pretty good. And now I'm making a new loaf. I'm trying again today. It's exciting. Did you all know that it's Stash Bust September? On TikTok, there's a trend. Stash Bust September. We're not supposed to be buying any yarn this month. They're not buying yarn over there on TikTok. They're trying to use up their stash. What's a shawl? Malfoy is saying, what's a shawl? It's like a scarf. You wear it around your shoulders like that. Ocean breezes for you. You all hear that? It's North Carolina ocean breeze. It feels really nice too. It's really pretty out today. Thank you for the likes and the follows. I like row 3 because you don't have to be careful. You have those big holes to work into. Purchased your first yarn for the entire year. Wow. Oh, I have so much stash. Isn't that always the way? It's like you have all this yarn, but never the right one for the project you're working on right then. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I'm so glad you found me. I'm trying to go live every day and work through all my projects on camera. Because people always seem to want video to help them along. And I'll just say that you should never try and make one of my projects just only from the video. You should use the pattern. Yes, April over on TikTok says, or you love the yarn so much you don't want to use it. That is so true. I think that's partly how I got into designing too, was because I love collecting the yarn. I like collecting the yarn, but then it's like, what does it want to be, or what, like what could it be? So I have a lot of yarn that's just like, okay, I'm gonna buy 2 hanks. I always buy 2 if I see something that I like, but I don't know what I want to do with it. I always buy at least 2, and then it's like, okay, what do I do with this? Because I only have this amount. Whoops. Ooh. So I think that's how I kind of got started with designing. I didn't even really think of it as designing. It was just like, I'm just going to make myself a scarf or a cowl with this yarn, and how can I do this in such a way that I can start and I can just keep going until the yarn is gone, and it'll look good, it'll be nice. What am I doing? I'm doing a double crochet 3 together instead of 3 double crochet. Let's see, it's 5:30. Got half an hour. You just found me over on YouTube. My community, I have community everywhere, but my main community is on Facebook, the 6-Day Kid Blanket group on Facebook. And that's where you can get help with any of the 6-day blanket patterns, 6-day anything patterns. You can get help and questions answered over there. You can post photos of your work and show it off. And and we'll cheer you on, and you know, just encourage you. If you are new to crochet or you have questions or you get stuck with the pattern, you can always ask whatever questions over there. And when I'm not available, there are other people that will help you. There's 20,000 people there, so somebody will help you with your with your questions, and we will encourage you and cheer you on. And there's no reason to ever get to the point of like frustration, because we're here to help you. Let's see, and then I have another community on Facebook. It's not as active because most people come to me for the 6-day kid blanket or star blanket. But the other community, it's called Betty's Besties, is it's there because the Facebook community for the blanket is only for the blanket. So the Besties community is for everybody else. And then I have a membership community, and that is behind a paywall, and it's where all the behind the scenes stuff and Zoom calls and free pattern PDFs and courses and organized stuff and like direct one-on-one you know, like interaction with me is in the it's called the Betty McKnitiverse. It's bettymcknitiverse.com. You've already bought yarn for the snowflake blanket for January. That's great. When I have 2 skeins of yarn that I don't know what to do with, if it's not too heavy, I will make a Metro North scarf / shawl out of it, just depending on how heavy it is. I don't think that the yarn lends itself to a heavier, or the pattern lends itself to a real super heavy yarn. I think I want to make an adaptation to it for heavier yarns. Okay, I have a color change. What do y'all think? I'm thinking Let It Flow. It's right towards the middle. It's not dead in the middle. Oh no, it's nowhere. This is the middle. This one's the middle point. So it's over on the other side of the next one over. I think I'm going to leave it. So the score is, for cutting the colors, is 3-2. 3 for letting it flow and 2 for cutting. There you have it. That's how I roll. Sometimes I cut, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't. Let it flow, let it flow. What kind of yarn did you get for the snowflake blanket, Deborah? Let's see what's going on in the Betty McKnittiverse right now. We are working on hexagon blankets. Deborah says, Stylecraft Erin. Oh, in white and denim and silver. Oh, that sounds so nice. Beautiful. I can't wait to see that. Yeah, I totally failed Stash Bust September. I got a box from Michael's today, and I ordered that yarn a few days ago. I don't know, I think maybe Sunday. It's today, Thursday. I think I ordered it on Sunday, and I got the text yesterday saying your package is on its way. I was like, what did I order from Michael's? When did I do that? I ordered anniversary cakes because it said new, and I thought it was a new colorway, but it's not one of the new colorways, I don't think. I mostly got it because I wanted to compare it to the tea cakes. I want to see which tea cake, if it's, because I went on, I think it's yarnsub.com or whatever the website is that gives you the substitutions, to see what yarn is a good substitution for the tea cakes, because I don't think we're going to be getting any more tea cakes anytime soon. Put my dinner in to warm up before I started the live, but I don't smell it yet. I'm hungry. Hi, thanks for the follows and the likes. You guys are great. I'm on my last point over here. And then this will be the end of the second repeat. No, the third repeat. 3 down and 2 to go. Today, technically, is the 6th day. So I didn't make it. I knew I wouldn't, because I only worked for like an hour the one day on this. I got off to a good start. I made it all the way to round 11, setup round 11 on the first day. And then the next day, I only worked for an hour. So 6 days, when I say it's a 6-day project, it usually is. It can be done in 6 days. Usually I would say give yourself like 2 hours of comfy TV watching to really complete it. So it'll be interesting to see, like, once I complete this, and then we can add up all the hours that I was on video and see how long that was. But this definitely can be done in 6 days. But we're getting towards the further you go, the longer it takes to complete a row. So At the end of row 3, I have an extended double crochet. So that's how you do that. I'll do it again slower. You yarn over and pull up a loop just like you're doing a double crochet. And then you pull through 1. Oops, I just have a little split. This yarn has had some flaws in it with these like kind of nubby, unspun areas, but I kind of like them, so I've just been leaving them in. But first you pull through 1, and then you pull through 2, and then you pull through 2. So like a regular double crochet would just be yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, split it again, pull through 2, and this you yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 2. That's okay, no worries, Jacqueline. No worries, my dear. Oh, where do you reside state-wise? I'm on the Outer Banks. I see your question. I might have missed it. Let me see what else I might have missed. Sorry about that, Jacqueline. Here's the moment, our favorite moment. Woohoo! I get to put one of these up here. Yeah! Repeat number 1, 2, 3. We have 2 more to go. Yeah. All right, I have a meeting in 16 minutes. Let's see if I can do this whole single crochet row in that time. Row 4. It's just single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, and in each stitch across, making 3 single crochet in the chain 3 space at the top of the peak. I didn't even have to read the pattern. I know it. I know that's what it says. Oh, it probably has counts too for how many you should have, how many stitches you should have. I'm not going to count. I'm just going to trust myself that I did everything correctly. And if I didn't, I'll find out later. But right now, I'm going to try and get this done before my meeting. I'm going to get across this whole row. So I am on row 4, which is the first row of my 4th repeat. Whoops. I'm having leftover pork chops and rice for dinner. What's everybody else having? Mrs. Sergeant Trucker says, I'm making all kinds of new friends on Crochet Talk. That's nice. We're a pretty nice group. We have our share of drama, but honestly, I think everybody means well for the most part. And I definitely don't want to be the person going on lives and talking drama, but I think everybody means well, sincerely. Hey, hi, thanks for joining. I'm trying to get to the end of this row, but before 6 o'clock. I'm going to have to go to my other meeting. It's going to be my last row for the night. Oh my goodness, I love this color of blue. The only thing about only needing one color, one skein, one cake of this yarn is that if you did want to control colors or, you know, even out the stripes or anything like that, you really don't have a lot of options. The only real option, if you don't like where a color change falls, would be to rip back to the beginning of the row. And that could be, I mean, I pulled out this much. So that's like, if I had to do that, you know, more than once or twice, that could be a lot of yarn. So I guess I'm saying all that to say, if you do want to cut your colors, then make sure you have extra. Consider that you might need extra yardage. What am I doing? Trying to go fast, and my mind is that music from The Wizard of Oz. Remember that? And the witch would come in on her bike. Do people still watch that movie? I know when we, about, I don't know, I guess it's been about 10 years more, right around there, about 10 years ago. I took my daughter to Universal Studios. We went to Universal Studios for a couple days, and we were upset that the Back to the Future ride is gone. Somebody told us nobody knows that movie. Nobody watches that. No one knows what it is. We watched it so many, she watched it so many times growing up. We were like, yeah, most people in your generation are not interested in that movie or haven't even seen it. Can't even imagine. It's like such a classic. Now it's The Simpsons. Trying to keep my posture nice and straight while I work here, because I'm starting to feel it coming on here every day. And leaning on this table. I might have to get a different chair. I feel like the chair is just a little low, or the table is just a little too high, so my shoulders end up just slightly elevated, and then I'm like that, stretching out my shoulders in a really weird way. I'm poking my head forward, trying to keep it back. Stay straight. Am I gonna make it? I have 7 minutes. I think I can do it. It's the bigger the project gets, the longer it takes to complete a row. So what did I say? I had 16 minutes. So it was 5:44 and now it's 5:53. It's been 9 minutes. Single crochet takes me forever on some things, says Randa. Randa Zoe. That's a cool username. It has a different rhythm. I like the rhythm of double crochet. Oh, that's cool. My baby girl is Maya. And my son is Teague. Four minutes. I'm almost there. Leanne says, I've always wanted to get a tattoo. Do you think 60 is too old to get one? What do you think I'm going to say to that? Hell to the no. It is not too old. It is never too old. I got my first tattoo on my 40th birthday, and that was kind of my middle finger to the whole, oh, you're getting older sucks, or whatever, mentality that a lot of women have. And then I got these 2 tattoos on my wrists for my kids. I mean, I won't go into the whole backstory, but that was just something that I told them that I would do for them, and when they were younger, and they picked the arm that they picked the arm that they wanted, and my son and I went together. I got this on my arm, and he got his first tattoo at the same time, and he was, I think, about like 25 at the time. And then a year or so later, my daughter said she wasn't really interested in going and getting a tattoo together like I had done with my son, and so I ended up just going and getting it done. You know, I think she came with me, but she did not also get a tattoo. But yeah, if you want one, you should get one. I would say don't wait any longer. Don't wait till you're 70 or 80. Do it now. Yeah, it's your turn, girl. Woohoo! I have 2 minutes to spare. I did it. Don't wait. Go do it right now. If you don't, Leanne, if you don't have a tattoo by the time I get to Oz, you and me. It's you and me. We're both going out, and I'll get one too. I'll get my dog Mudkip's name on me somewhere. There it is. Somebody was asking what a shawl is. This is what it is. You wear it like this. Can't see it. Oh yeah, TikTok can't see it. Sorry, TikTok. Ooh, that's too big. There you go. Thanks for the likes. Isn't it pretty? I just love it. Hey, Barb. How you doing? Let me... there we go. Thanks. I'm loving it. It's getting there. It feels like it went from like nothing to all of a sudden it was big. But ooh, it's 6 o'clock. I gotta go. All right, y'all. Thanks for being here. Mwah. Take care.